John Lewis on the drums. And how about that Chris Pena?
Speakers, if you could take a seat in the front here. Dr. Olson, Dr. Narini, Dr. Levy. Who else? I know. Mike, you're up here. Jay? I haven't seen Jay. Is Jay here? I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it. Thank you. If the speakers can please take their seats up front, we want to begin. Over here, Jackie. You're up here. Dr. Narini, Mike, Jay, you're all up here.
Well, nice to meet you.
Hey, Tom.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you doing? Well. Good.
Hey, I want to talk with you real quick. We have our
You want that on?
accreditation
Okay. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I think I fully retired. I think I decided that. Yeah, I think so.
Good. Not good, but yes.
Yeah, no, it's good.
I'm almost.
It's not the end of October.
No, it's the beginning.
Okay.
It would be like the 10th or the end of September, somewhere
Okay,
around
yeah,
there.
because the end of October you have to be in DC or New York or something for some ACCT conference.
Okay. Wait 2 seconds. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Yes. Welcome back in person. This is absolutely wonderful. I want to thank you all for being here. This is great. This is a beautiful building, isn't it? Frank Lloyd Wright said, "We create buildings, and they create us. And this building will create us. It will create a sense of community. It will create a circle of friends, and it will create a wonderful pathway for our students." And so I thank everyone who was involved. Dr. Olson, you're over here. I want to thank everyone, science faculty, staff, our construction crew, our facilities crew here at South, and of course Dr. Olson, Dr. Ortega, and Dr. Igadoro for championing this, and Dr. Levy as well, and the science faculty as well for championing this. So let's begin, huh? We have a nice agenda for us. So I'm Bernice Portavant. I'm the interim vice president of learning here at South. I've been in that position for about 18 months since the pandemic, I think. But what I want to do is just welcome you all, as I started to do. Welcome you all here. I'd like to recognize some of our distinguished guests, Dr. Tom Narini, who is our board member and who is serving as secretary this year. Dr. Sherry Olson, who is our SMCC president and has been for the last 10 years. Dr. Jacqueline Levy, who is our division chair for our science and math. Mr. Jay Silverberg, who is the AIA design for this building. Mr. Silverberg. And finally, Mike Gonzalez, who is the vice president of McCarthy Building Companies. Mike. And let me see, who do we have here? I want to also recognize Dr. Janet Ortega. I see you here. See you here. Tim Budworth. Tim, who is our Associate Vice President of Technology. I saw Tim here somewhere. Travis May, who is our interim Dean in Learning. Dana Farska, did I see Dana? No, she's not here, okay. There you are, okay. Dana is our new Dean of Enrollment here in Student Enrollment Services, so let's welcome her as well. I did also see Steve Plucklin, so I want to acknowledge another division chair, aside from Dr. Levy. Steve is over there. Oh, and Stephen Hosteddy for our My Careers is here as well. I'd like to recognize all of you. I know you all, and I just want to say a big hello. This is really wonderful. Okay. So let's see where I go from here. Okay. So to kick off our grand opening this morning, I'd like to invite Dr. Tom Narini, Maricopa Community College Governing Board member and secretary, to provide some remarks on behalf of the board. Tom?
Thank you, Bernice. And also the governing board member for District 5, where we are today, so I'm very proud to be here and represent District 5 because you are in District 5. So on behalf of the governing board, I want to thank all of you for being here today, and I want to congratulate South Mountain for this wonderful building and this whole complex. This morning, I don't know if you've had a chance to watch the time lapse on YouTube of the construction of the building, but it's pretty amazing. And it's amazing because it feels like that we were here less than a year ago. That to do the groundbreaking, and here we are ready to look into it. So on behalf of the board, I'm going to congratulate and thank Dr. Olson and Dr. Ortega and Dr. Levy for all the work that they put into getting this off the ground and running with it for how many years now? It's been a while, right? So thank you for all your commitment in getting this done. I also want to thank Gensler for their designing such a beautiful and student-centered building. I mean, that's so important to us. And I especially want to thank McCarthy Construction, not just for the work they've done on the building, but for their ongoing support of South Mountain. I mean, we couldn't do the construction trade without them. So thank you again for all the work that you've done. So now let me tell you why I'm so excited about the new science complex. I'm excited not just because of the building itself, but I'm more excited about what the faculty and the student are going to be able to accomplish here. Because we all know that STEM education is really important. It's one of the fastest growing job opportunities in the country. But Pew Research Center tells us that people of color are so underrepresented in the STEM fields. African Americans, for example, only make up 9% of all the STEM jobs out there. Hispanics only make up 8%. Native Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders only make up 3%. And so, as we know, South Mountain has the highest percentage of students of color of any post-secondary institution in the state. So I'm excited because not just what the building and the faculty are going to do, they're poised to change those statistics. They're poised to develop programs and develop centers that people are, it's not going to just be the cadaver lab that people are dying to get into, it's going to be all the programs. So thank you.
That was a cheap shot, I must say. Dr. Narini did not mention that our bilingual nursing program is moving to the science division as well, so that will be under Dr. Levy and the science faculty. That's a big plus for us as well. You know, I still have my shovel from last year. I was going to bring it just as a memory. So next, I'd like to introduce Dr. Olson to give us some remarks, please.
Thank you, Bernice. You know, I'm going to change my script. I'm going to build on my last opportunity to make a big ask, Dr. Narini. Then I'll go into my script. Our state legislature approved additional funding to develop more nursing programs in this state. I think it's time for this district to make a nursing program to complement what you just said. The students at this college deserve a nursing program that is combined with our bilingual program that Dr. Ed Pasteur brought to this college over 20 years ago. It's his legacy, and I think we deserve to build on that legacy. So that is my ask. There's also a federal earmark that we could ask for too. This college, these students in this community deserve a nursing program.
May I speak to that? May I speak to this? Because this is really near and dear to my heart. Let's see if I can get through this. So my mom had Alzheimer's and dementia. Her first language was Spanish. As she progressed through it, I mean, and we came from the generation where, you know, you don't teach your kids Spanish, you want to make sure that they're incorporated. So growing up, they never taught us Spanish. But as my mom progressed, she forgot that she smoked, which was a good thing. But she also forgot how to speak English. And she could only communicate in Spanish. And if it wasn't for one of the bilingual healthcare professionals, we wouldn't have been able to communicate with her because of that. And so that's why it is so near and dear to my heart that we do need to develop these kind of programs, because that's going to happen more and more, and we need to support not just this generation, but the previous generation and what they're going to be faced with. So yes, that is near and dear to my heart. That is something I will push for, especially here in South Phoenix, where I grew up. Mm-hmm. So thank you.
Thank you. I just had to get that one last big ask on my last day, Dr. Narini. I have planted the seed in every person's head that I've been in contact with in the last month. I even talked to Anthony about it last night when he gave me a tour. Where's Anthony? Anthony. Yes. Right? We talked about it. So, okay. So I'll watch board meetings this year to see if we push that forward. Okay. Okay. So thank you all for coming to the grand opening of the Science Complex at South Mountain Community College. Today marks a very special day in the history of our college. It's been a very long journey for many of us. In 2004, which is coming up upon almost 20 years ago, the MCCCD bond at South Mountain identified a new science building as their top priority. In August of 2011, after I arrived as president, we opened a beautiful, beautiful library with the city of Phoenix, which has been a tremendous asset to our community. Also in the remodeling phase, the next year, we remodeled the LRC building just between here and the new library. And that was completed in 2012. That was 10 years ago. So as of 2012, we still had not honored the promise to the community that we were going to build a new science building at South Mountain from a 2004 bond. Over the last 11 years, the interest in finding a way to remodel the old science buildings has been a topic of many discussions, especially with my colleagues in the math, science, and engineering division when I would deliver them bananas. Remember that, Jackie? And my VPs along the way, Dr. Ray Rivera, Miss Tilly Chavez, Dr. Klein Nemuo, Dr. Bernice Portavant, Dr. Osaro Igodaro, and Dr. Janet Ortega. In 2018, we actually found a way to make it happen 3 years ago, thanks to a man who is unable to be here with us today, Mr. Elliot Hibbs. Mr. Hibbs served our district as the Chief Operating Officer from 2017 to 2020. During his time with us, Dr. Ortega, Dr. Nemuo, and I met with him on many occasions, sharing our need for an additional $2.8 million from the district in capital resources to make this project happen. We even brought him to the old science building to see the cracks between the doors so he could see for firsthand how bad this college needed that money. Guess what? He listened to us and he delivered. Mr. Hibbs, even though you are not able to be at our ceremony today, we at South Mountain will be forever grateful for what you made happen for us and our students. Today we celebrate the grand opening, the ribbon cutting for our $19.67 million science complex. Your fingerprints are imprinted in the significant accomplishment of our dear college. Thank you to all the people involved in every step along the way to make this part of South Mountain Community College's history possible. I hope you enjoy your tour because this is a beautiful, beautiful building. And we will forever be grateful for all the people that went into the planning, the design, the completion. It was just an amazing process. It was record speed. Our partner, McCarthy, we couldn't find anyone better, I don't think, to do this work with us. It was very creative. Like it was just yesterday that we're here, pictures of throwing sand out there, in the courtyard. So this is a beautiful day to retire from South Mountain. So thank you.
I know this isn't Dr. Olson's retirement party, but this is her last day, so I think we need to give her some additional clapping here, and congratulations. Next, I'd like to introduce Dr. Jacqueline Levy, who is the division chair for the Science and Math Division. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us on this monumental day. The labs that we are going to be touring today are replacing 40-plus-year-old buildings. I won't do what I did in the groundbreaking ceremony where I talked about the doorknobs that landed in students' handles or, none of that. I'm just going to focus on the new, but I did have to mention that. We as STEM faculty, we work incredibly hard to passionately instill science curriculum into our students, and up until now, it's been in very not ideal environments. So now, and beginning today, we'll be in classrooms and labs that are exactly what our students deserve. It's exactly what our students will encounter when they go to other post-secondary institutions. And again, they deserve that to the strongest need, because what we've had to date, while we passionately taught the curriculum, buildings, I see some past students here, it left a little bit to be desired. So these new labs help us further increase student success levels and provide a more equitable learning environment. We have a cadaver lab that has been mentioned already, but this is now going to provide students with hands-on experiential learning opportunities to even better prepare them for their futures. Our dedicated and hardworking students are now in an inclusive environment that is simply more conducive to their learning, as opposed to the doorknob issue that I talked about and won't bring up again, but truly I have pictures of it, I'll never forget that. STEM encounters are able to grow at this point. We can begin things like undergraduate research, and we have better collaboration amongst faculty, peers, staff, from the new amenities and the space and everything that's being offered to students. It's truly what they deserve. So last time around, I did name our amazing support system, from presidents to VPs and Gensler and McCarthy and governing board members and truly everybody. But today I want the focus to be on our students, because that is what we are doing this for. Sure, we have a beautiful new office, but our students are who we are here to serve. So I would like to say, on behalf of our Math, Science, and Engineering department, welcome to what you deserve, what you should have had many years ago, and congratulations. We cannot wait to see you in the classroom. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Levy. That was great. And it is more than, although it's really important, the curriculum. This area here for building student community is so important, and this is so well done to get that going. I'd like to introduce next Mr. Jay Silverberg, who is with Gensler. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much. I am truly honored and excited to be here today representing our amazing Gensler team. Wanted to recognize Ben Ayers and Lindsay Fiola, who with our office really are the ones that put so much of their effort, blood, sweat, and tears into this project. When we started this project, we were brought into this as a team member, and the vision that had been created, for many, many years, with Dr. Olson, Dr. Ortega, Dr. Levy, and others, and the science staff, really, I think, imparted onto us the importance of this building. This building was a long time in coming, but we're really excited to be part of this team. When we first started the project, it was a very challenging project from a standpoint of, it was two existing buildings. And so, this team had the fortitude and the vision to reuse the existing buildings that were here and then add architecture to that and seamlessly graft it all together, a science term, to create a sense of community and a sense of being here on the campus. This project, creates a well-deserved identity and beacon for the science department here on campus. It also really, really tries very hard to create social interaction happening in the building. As you get a chance to walk around and tour, you'll see lots of social spaces, student spaces, places to sit. Again, it's about creating that synergy and activity and sense of place within the building. We truly want to thank the district, our friends at MCCD, particularly Brett and Randy, for their unwavering leadership on this project. We also want to thank our friends at McCarthy, again, great partners, and we're just so proud and excited to be part of this team. And again, we congratulate everyone involved with this. And again, first and foremost, as Janet just said, this is about the students and really the future here in Arizona. So thank you very much.
If it hasn't been said enough, design is very important as well. I'd like to thank the science faculty because their input in this design and their recognizing what students need, it was really critical for the design folks to go ahead and do what they needed to do. So again, science faculty, I want to thank you very much. I recognize you for that. Last but not least, my favorite, Mr. Mike Gonzalez, who is with the Vice President of McCarthy. He's been a champion for our construction trades program throughout the beginning, the implementation. So I always welcome Mike to say a few words. Thank you.
So I think you've heard what this building means to South Mountain, and what it means to us is something special as well. I think what we enjoy about building projects like this is what we see in front of us, right? Watch somebody getting and moving into their office, watching the students show up at their labs for their first time. That really is what makes us feel good. That's what we do, and that's what we're in this for. Yes, it's a great building, but it's really about creating a great environment for the future. So thank you to Maricopa Community College, a district. Brett, you persevered with us. You pushed us hard. He's sticking around the corner. He's probably trying to turn down the air conditioner a little bit. To South Mountain Community College for creating a great environment to work in, welcoming us, and most of all, the trust you placed in our team to deliver this project for you. To our design partners at Gensler, Jay, Ben, everyone, thank you for engaging us at every opportunity and really allowing us to be part of the design development and create this great building. To Andrea, Amanda, Ethan, John, our staff, our trade partners, you delivered this building, and you did an incredible job. Brett challenged us at the beginning of the job to balance a few things. First and foremost, we had to be within budget. Check, right? Secondly, we had to meet the needs of the college, which I believe we did. We've created a great space for the college. We wanted to create a connection of existing space and the new space, which I think if you weren't in this building before, it's hard for you to tell unless you look at the floor. Maybe you can tell some of the old floor versus the new floor, right? But we've created a connection of old and new to create something special for the students to return to. And limit the disruptions to classes. Well, COVID helped us a little bit with that, right? Where there weren't too many students here. But specifically to COVID, I think we cannot underestimate the challenge that was placed in front of this team to deliver this building during COVID. So thanks to all of you who found solutions to the challenges and fostered the innovation to deliver this complex a year early. I think that's something also to look at is we were... At the beginning of the job, we all sat down as a team and said, how can we do this? It was originally a 3-phase project. We created it into a single-phase project. And that, again, was due to the entire leadership team of Maricopa Community Colleges in South Mountain. I shared with Dr. Olson a couple weeks ago, but I'd like to specifically acknowledge Dr. Levy, Dr. Ortega, and your entire team, because your involvement in this project was really special. And it brought that energy, it brought that vibe to what we were creating. And we fed off that excitement, and it was contagious for all of us. So thank you for bringing that to the team. Dr. Olson, what an incredible legacy you're leaving behind. What you, the faculty, and the staff of MCCD and South Mountain have created will be touching lives for years to come. We're often challenged to build buildings that last 50 years, but that's about the buildings, and we are here about the students. You're allowing us to be part of what we look forward to being a continued partnership for years to come, and we look forward to welcoming the students here on their first day of classes. Thank you very much. Before I forget, I want to make sure you take that back with you.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. That was great. Now for the moment we've been waiting for, the ribbon cutting. But I don't want everyone to run out because we do want to get photos, so I'm going to make an announcement before we do the ribbon cutting. I want to see the McCarthy team, the Gensler team, the MS faculty and staff, facility project and development folks, the project management team, and of course the planning team with Dr. Ortega. So don't run out after we do this ribbon cutting. We're here. We want to get some pictures of this great day today. Well, don't run out, Jackie. I should have said that right away. Okay, so if you would join us with our respected board members and our Dr. Olson and our other respected guests, we'd like to get to the ribbon cutting now. So we're gonna.
Is it that way?
Yeah. think it's this one.
You need help with this or anything? You need any help or anything? Well, I was wondering what you need. You need help moving anything, cables? The other side, huh? Thank you. Long enough to... I'll feed you the cable, man. Okay. Sounds good. You get it? You want to move it? We just don't want to be in the background of the